Yes.
Good morning to all of you. So today we are going to learn about medical terminologies. As I told you before that in our course this is a bridge between what you have studied and the medical field. So we are ignorant about the medical terms and we have to learn them so that we can do something in that field. So before we go into the real biomedical engineering, we will see that how we can decipher, how we can learn these words, and what are the some common words by which we can study biomedical engineering. Some of the very basic words. So this is a lecture on the words that we will be using that are important and also how to understand these words. Okay. So let us begin. So the lecture goes like this. First I will describe to you about the common terms. Then formation of words, how these words are formed by prefix, root and the suffix. Then I will discuss about some important root words, important prefixes, important suffixes. Then some abbreviations and phobias. Now in each of these sections, I will be telling you about few words or combination of words. You are supposed to do a small assignment. That is, after every section, you have to, from your internet, you have to select some few words, search internet, select some important words and write them in your notebook. So that is how you will learn more and more words. That is very important. Otherwise, just confining yourself to this lecture only is not enough. You have to have a habit to develop learning new words, mostly in this medical field. Okay, so let us see. What are the most common words? Now the common word terms are, first is anatomy, physiology and pathology. When a medical student he goes onto a medical school, he studies all these three subjects, all right, in full detail. But now at least we have to understand what these subjects are or what is the meaning of these words. Okay, so these are very important words. So first is anatomy. Anatomy. I hope you have heard the meaning or the word sometime. Anatomy. Anatomy is the study of the structure, alright, the study of the structure. Now it is internal as well as external structure of an organism. So it is a study of internal and external structure of an organism. Study of internal and external structure of a organism. Alright, so here the word structure is very important. The word structure is very important. This is structure, alright? The word structure is very important. Now, what is the meaning of this word physiology? Physiology is a study of functions. Now, anatomy basically all names, because inside our body we have lot of bones, lot of veins, lot of arteries and all the names are there. So basically anatomy, lot of names one has to memorize. Second is physiology. Physiology is study of functions. Alright, study of functions. Now, it is a vast subject. Now, people sometimes say that if someone studies very deeply the subject of physiology, then either he will become mad or he will start believing in God. because this body functions is so complex that if you study very deeply, first of all it is very, very interesting. Second thing is, it is surprising that how this human body is working. It is such a complicated system. So it is study of functions. Study of functions and other important processes. Other important processes in basically presently we are concerned with the human body, but any organism. So I can say human being in human body. Or any organism. Study of functions. So it is study of the structure. Here it is study of functions. So this functions word is very important. Okay. Now you may forget lot of words, but these words you cannot afford to forget. Alright? You have to remember. Study of functions and other important processes in human body. That is, organism, any organism. Pathology. What is the meaning of this word, third word, pathology? Pathos. This word pathos. Pathos means disease. Alright? Pathology means study of diseases. Study of diseases. Study of diseases. Now, not only study of diseases, but along with the study of, you have heard the word pathologist. And what he does, he basically collects the samples from a patient, the body fluids and many other things. And then under the microscope, he examines them, and from there he diagnoses the disease actually. So, it is a study of diseases and its diagnosis also. Study of diseases is perfectly fine if you write it. Okay. Then pathophysiology. What is the meaning of this word pathophysiology? So here this is a study of diseases. So this word is very important. Pathophysiology. Patho means disease. Physiology means functions. Study of abnormal function. Study of abnormal function. Abnormal functions. That is pathophysiology. Etiology, not a very common word. Etiology. Cause of the disease. Cause of the disease. Cause of the disease. Okay. Prognosis is a very common word. Prognosis. What does this word mean? Prognosis. Have you heard about sometime people saying, what is your prognosis? Prognosis means, generally, I have heard this word. Suppose a person is suffering from cancer, and a particular type of cancer at a particular stage. Now, if he reads internet, or suppose somebody reads internet for him, the internet will say that, well, the prognosis is not good, or he may not survive after 2 years, or he will get cured after 2 years, whatever it is. So prognosis means outcome of the disease. Alright? Outcome of the disease. It's a very common word. Outcome of the disease. Prognosis. Outcome of the disease. Outcome of the disease. Okay. Another very common word with respect to cancer only, metastasis. Have you ever heard this word? Metastasis. Metastasis means if the cancer has spread from one organ to the other, it is known as metastasis. Spread of cancer from one organ to the other. Spread of cancer Mostly it is, I have heard with respect to cancer only. It may be with respect to other disease, but spread of cancer from one organ to other. From one organ to other. Okay, metastasis. So we have learned 7 words. Now, let us learn another word, and that is syndrome. 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 What does it mean, syndrome? Syndrome means a group of signs and symptoms occurring together. Group of signs and symptoms occurring together. Group of signs and symptoms occurring together. Now, what does it mean? It is, we don't call it as a disease, but suppose something is there, some problem is there are certain kind of symptoms are occurring together. So that we call as a syndrome. Now, for example, AIDS. AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndromes. So it is something, immune deficiency, alright, immune system deficiency, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Now here, a person who is suffering from AIDS, he or she suffers through a set of symptoms or a set of problems. And what are they? Like that person will undergo a weight loss, alright, lot of weight loss, lot of tiredness throughout the day. Then recurrent fever will be there. Then the swelling in the lymph nodes, that is also a symptoms, swelling in the lymph nodes. Then some kind of sores, sores in the mouth, in the anal opening and other places, some opening points, some kind of sores are there. One may also suffer from pneumonia. So these are a set of signs and symptoms occurring together for AIDS, and that is why this is a syndrome, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So as you can see, it is a immune deficiency actually. Okay. Second is IBS. What is the full form of IBS? Irritable bowel syndrome. Alright? Irritable bowel syndrome. What does it mean? Or what are the signs and symptoms of IBS? Because this is very frequent among people, among today's people. And IBS means the person suffering from IBS, basically some kind of problem in the related to the stomach basically. So a person, stomach or abdomen I can say. So the problems are like this, like gastric problem, lot of gas, or suppose say there is a pain in the stomach, or there is a pain in the abdomen somewhere, or there is a recurrent constipation, there is recurrent diarrhea alternative with constipation, things of this kind, or the motion is not clear. So everything related to, you can say, the stomach. Alright. So so that kind of thing, motion is not clear, diarrhea, constipation, gas, pain in the stomach. So all this creates a set of set of symptoms. So basically that is known as irritable bowel syndrome, and it is basically a disease, or you can say it is not a disease, it is a syndrome. It is caused because of the modern lifestyle. But just by taking medicines, it is difficult for one to cure. Okay, so it is basically lifestyle disease. Chronic fatigue syndrome. This is also very popular. Chronic fatigue syndrome. That means a person is always, he or she is feeling tired. chronic fatigue syndrome, and the doctors are unable to find any reason for that. All right. So, but a person is feeling tired all the time. He is not able to work. So, chronic fatigue syndrome. So, I hope you are able to understand. You can understand the meaning of this word syndrome. It is not a disease, but result of some disease, obviously, but a set of signs and signs and symptoms. Premenstrual syndrome. All right, premenstrual syndrome. Now, as you know, in the premenstrual syndrome, there are some physical symptoms, there are some emotional symptoms. Physical symptoms means what? There will be cramp in the abdomen, or there may be some gastric problem, or that is gastric means there is that kind of problem, or there is some kind of headache. All right. So that kind of thing actually is physical. There are a lot of other physical symptoms. Emotional problems are there as well. Emotional problems means there is a stress, there is an anxiety, there is a irritability, and there is a headache. So there is a mood swings. So all these things may be there along with the physical symptoms. So that is premenstrual syndrome. That means before menstruation, that kind of thing happens. So physical symptoms as well as emotional symptoms. Metabolic syndrome. What is this metabolic syndrome? Metabolic syndrome means, what is metabolism? Metabolism is set of chemical reactions, a full set of chemical reactions that are taking place inside our body. Now, metabolic syndrome means that metabolism is basically impaired, that is not working fine. So because of metabolic problem, he or she may have hyperglycemia. What is hyperglycemia? High blood sugar. Then hypertension, that is high blood pressure. Abdominal obesity, that is as you can understand obesity. High triglycerides. High triglycerides is fat, lot of fat in the blood. Then there is the HDL, that is the good cholesterol. There is low HDL. So these are the symptoms of metabolic syndrome. Okay, now, so I hope this particular word syndrome is clear to you. It is not a disease, but result of some diseases, obviously. Sometimes it is not always, like premenstrual syndrome is not a disease, but chronic fatigue syndrome, obviously there must be some disease which we don't know, but set of signs and symptoms are there. Okay, so now we will go to and we will see that how the words are formed. Okay, the formation of words. How prefix, root words and suffix, they give rise to the formation of words. So that is what we will do next. Now let us see that how these words are formed actually. Okay. So when the words are formed, basically there is some kind of prefix, that which comes before the word. Then there is a root word, and at the end there is a suffix. Alright. So together a final word is created. So let us see and let us try to understand the meaning of these words. Cardi. Cardi. Okay, this is the root word is cardi. Plus logy gives you cardiology. Alright, cardiology. Now what is the meaning of the cardi? Cardi means heart. And logy means study of. So it is heart. So this is heart. And this is study of. Alright. So it gives rise to cardiology. That is the study of the heart. Study of heart. Study of the heart. Cardiology. Plus logist. One who studies. Cardiologist. One who studies heart. Alright, cardiologist. Cardi plus pathy. cardiopathy. All right, pathy. Now, what is the meaning of the word pathy? Just now we studied. Pathy means disease. Actually, pathy means disease. So, disease related to the heart. Disease related to heart. Cardiopathy, disease related to heart. The next word, peri plus cardi plus itis. Cardi means heart. What is the meaning of the word peri? Perimeter. We have learnt perimeter. Peri means around. Alright. So peri means around. Cardi means heart. Itis means inflammation of. Inflammation of. So peri means around actually. This is around. And this is inflammation of. Inflammation of. So peri plus cardi plus itis gives pericarditis. That is inflammation around the heart. Inflammation around the heart. Inflammation around the heart. That is your pericarditis. Okay. Then there is a word Brady. Brady. The prefix is Brady plus cardi. Cardi, A is added. So Brady plus cardi gives bradycardia. Alright, bradycardia. That means Brady, what is the meaning of the Brady? Slow. So it is a slow heart rate. Slow heart rate. Slow heart rate, bradycardia. Tachy. Tachy plus cardia gives tachycardia. What is the meaning of the word tachy? Tachy means fast. Alright. Tachy plus cardia gives tachycardia, fast heart rate. Fast heart rate. Number 5, cardi plus itis. Carditis. Cardi means heart, itis means inflammation. So it is inflammation of the heart is enlarged because of some inflammation. Inflammation of the heart. Inflammation of the heart. Alright. Carditis. Electro plus cardi plus gram. Electro plus cardi plus gram. It gives electrocardiogram. What does it mean? Electrical recording of the heart. Gram means recording of. Electro is electrical, cardi means heart. So electrical recording of the heart. Electrical recording of heart. Electrical recording of the heart. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you how these words are formed. Now here what I tell you or what I suggest to you is you write down some 5 more words, okay, in your copy and show that how the different words are formed. Like you can take some 5 more words with cardi and write it. So that will be your exercise. Okay. Now comes the root words. The root words. Some of the important root words. Alright. First is abdomen. Abdomen means abdomen. Now there is a difference between abdomen and the stomach. Stomach is basically a part of the abdomen. Abdomen consists of all the different organs which are there in the digestive system. So stomach is a part of it. So abdomen, abdominal pain. Okay, abdominal pain. So that is a word made from the abdomen. R3. What is the meaning of the word R3? R3 means joints. And the related word is arthritis. Arthritis. Okay. Then the next word is derm. Derm means skin. Related word is dermatology. You have heard about this dermatology. Cyst. Cyst means cells. Cytology. Cytology. Study of the cells. The related word. Gast. Gast means stomach. Related word is gastrology, you can say, gastrology. There are many words, gastrology. Hepat. Hepat means liver. Liver. Related word is hepatitis. Hepatitis. Oste. Oste means bone. Related word is osteoarthritis. Very popular. Osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis. Pulmo. Pulmo means lungs. Pulmonologist. Pulmonologist. One who is a specialist in respiratory system. Renal. Renal means kidney. Renal. It is a renal failure. All right. Renal pain or renal failure. Renal pain.
ठीक है
हाँ. So renal, after renal, this is luke. All right, luke. What is luke? Luke is, the meaning of luke is white. 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 Now there are many words with luke. What are they? One is leucoderma. All right, leucoderma. So let us write these words. Leucoderma. Leucoderma. What is the meaning of leucoderma? Leucoderma means, you must have seen there are white spots in the skin. That is leucoderma. Derma means skin, leucoderma. Okay. Another, there are many words. So let me see some more words. Leukemia. Leukemia. Leukemia, you have heard? Leukemia. Leukemia is a kind of blood cancer. That is of the white blood cells. There is an abnormal growth of the white blood cells, leukemia. And generally it starts from the bone marrow, but there is abnormal growth of white blood cells, leukemia. Mind it, this is K, this is not C, leukemia. Okay, then we have leukocytes. 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 Leukocytes is a white blood cell, actually. Leukocytes, another name for WBC, leukocytes. Then leukopenia. 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 That is decrease in white blood cells. Leukopenia. There is one word also which is leukorrhea. 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 HOEA. Leukorrhea. This is also known as vaginitis. Here, a kind of white fluid, white or yellowish in color, white fluid, it comes out from the vagina. Okay, it happens because of estrogen deficiency at all ages. So it is known as, that particular disease is known as leukorrhea. Okay, so these are the 5 words we have learned. There are many, there may be many. So your assignment is you find out some more words, actually the root words, say 5 root words, and find the corresponding words related to that. Okay, good. So now we will go to prefix and suffix. Now let us see the prefix. Alright, we will study some prefixes and some suffixes. So endo means endoscope. So endo means within. Endoscopy is a very nice word. Sorry, endoscopy. That means endoscopy, seeing within. Within, endoscopy. Endo means within. Hyper, as you know the word, the meaning of hyper. It is more than the normal. More than the normal. Hyper. More than the normal. Hypo. Hypo means below normal. Macro. Macro means large. Micro means small. Peri. Peri is around. So they are all simple. You all know this. Now suffix. Algia. Can you tell me the meaning of algia? Algia means pain. Alright, pain. Algia means pain. Related word is neuralgia. Neuralgia. Alright, neuralgia. That is sudden pain in some nerves somewhere. So neuralgia. Graphy. Graphy means recording of. Graphy. Recording of. Recording of. Ist. Ist, as we have seen, one who specializes in. Specializes in. Ist. Itis. Itis means inflammation of. Itis. Ology. Ology means study of. Study of. Pathy. Pathy means pathos. That is a disease of. Disease of. Phobia. Phobia means fear of. Fear of. So again, you can write, say, some 5 more suffix and write their names and maybe associated words. Okay, let us come to the abbreviations. Abbreviations. BID. What is the meaning of BID? BID means twice a day. Twice a day. Twice a day. And basically the word is in Latin, It is known as bis in die. Bis in die. Alright? Twice a day. TID. Thrice a day. Thrice a day. Again, that is, I think, the full word is ter in die. Ter in die. Alright? BP, blood pressure. Blood pressure. CA, CA is cancer. CXR, chest X-ray. Many times you must have seen that. GI, gastrointestinal. 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 GI. Then IM, intramuscular, because there are different kinds of injections, so you must have heard IM, intramuscular. Intramuscular. IV, intravenous. Intravenous. ER, emergency room. Okay. Then again, you find out, say, 5 more abbreviations related to medical world and medical field, and write down in your copy. Okay, so that is all about abbreviations. Now let us come to the phobias. There are different kinds of phobias. Fear. Now this I also don't remember, so I have to see. Fear of height. Fear of height is acrophobia. Acrophobia. Fear of height. Acrophobia. Alright? Acrophobia. Fear of confined and crowded places. This is very, very important. Fear of confined and crowded places. This is claustrophobia. Claustrophobia. Fear of flying. Somebody is having a fear of flying. He can't fly in the aeroplane. Fear of flying. So it is aerophobia. Aerophobia. Aeroplane. So aerophobia. Fear of thunderstorm and lightning. That is also there in many people. That is known as astrophobia. Astrophobia. Fear of being alone. Fear of being alone. Monophobia. Monophobia is easy to remember. Monophobia or autophobia. Autophobia. Fear of being alone. Fear of darkness. Many people have this fear of night and fear of darkness. That is nyctophobia. Nyctophobia. Fear of blood. That is hemophobia. Hemophobia. Fear of water. Fear of water. Hydrophobia. Hydrophobia. Fear of death. Fear of death is thanatophobia. Thanatophobia. And there is one interesting fear of falling in love, that is philophobia. And finally, fear of strangers, xenophobia. Now there are a lot more, but let us just know about these. No, it is not that you need not remember everything, but at least claustrophobia, this is very popularly used, and fear of darkness is also important, nyctophobia. So few are, we should remember. Nyctophobia, fear of blood, hemophobia anyway is very easy to remember. Fear of water, hydrophobia, easy to remember. Alright? So that's good. So maybe you can write according to your choice some 4 or 5 other fears also and submit that as your assignment. So good. So that is all about the medical terminologies, and slowly basically we have to develop our vocabulary, because the more and more words we understand, we will understand the medical terminologies and the medical concepts better and better. Now today we have just learned the words. Tomorrow or in the next lecture what we will do, we will take up some common concepts which are very common concepts. One of them is hemostasis. Alright, hemostasis, that how our body maintains its temperature, and many other things, balance, how to maintain this balance. So that we will study. And some other very common terms like we will see that how this metabolism is there. Metabolism, what is metabolism? So different kinds of metabolism, metabolic pathway. So some of these common concepts we will learn. So but till today we have just learned the major words and how I can find out, how one can find out the meaning of the word by breaking it into prefix, root word and the suffix. Good? Thank you very much.